one of the teams out of Thailand, they're actually remaining to be undefeated. They went through that Group C, so that's going to be a fun matchup. And then TDM will play Impunity, actually, in their portion of the winner's bracket. Those are going to be taking place tomorrow. The winner bracket matches are actually all cleaned up for the day. So right now we're just at loser bracket matchups, and I believe there's a chance this could be the last loser bracket matchup for the day as well. We actually just chose a random one to hop into. The one we have for you guys is going to be the OHP versus KCTT series. So the winner of this is set to then play Orange Esports again. So we'll figure out what happens there. So with that said, the teams are in fact already in the game. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it here. KCTT is actually on the Legion side. OHP, also known as Myth OHP, they're going to be on the Hellborn side here. So, again, it is a best out of one. These two teams playing for elimination at this point. Obviously, that's what the loser bracket brings here at this point here, Emperor. So, yeah, the tournament lives on the line here.
Yeah, we look at this game. I don't honestly know too much about these teams, other than the fact that I saw Melons during the trailer. For,
I remember that.
I was like, Melons, is he going to go up against Swiddle Melons in this tournament? Either way, Sandwraith Flux, a Sandwraith against a Mage Bane lineup, and two major things that stick out to me so far is they are hovering around the same gold per minute. Neither one really taking off, sitting at 200 gold per minute each, about a little bit more for Sandwraith, but he's going for that early Ghost Marchers route. I do like Ghost Marchers. Meanwhile, Mage Bane, also after Ghost Marchers, I'm curious to see whether he's going to go Helm or whether he's going to go for a Rush Mock or an alternate build. I myself like more build-up items on him. Energizer, Steam Boots. Oh, meanwhile, bottom lane, Breaky.
Keeper of the Forest going to be pulled in by Flux right there. Magnus nearby as well with that Glacius. Keeper of the Forest is going to eventually fall. Now the tower does go down in favor of the Hellborn team, so actually at least a little bit of a positive there to end things off.
Yeah.
With that death. But, again, a good response coming out from KCTT. They did use quite a bit of resources, though, at the same time to do what they did down there at the bottom lane. Mage Bane actually in a lot of trouble. He blinks away, but he takes the damage for the kill field. And Mage Bane will actually end up falling right there. So Bubbles sneaking in a kill with the Invis rune. Mage Bane had absolutely no clue. Well played by P High Rock playing the Bubbles here.
P High Rock.
For KCTT.
Yeah. Okay, so moving forward, we got this Flux, and his ultimate, you got to remember, it actually has the ability to reveal as well for a few seconds after using it. It can prove very effective if someone's just barely escaping thanks to a Keeper of the Forest Veil. On top of that, Mage Bane's going to be building up for a straight Helm the Black Legion this game, looks like, with that early Beast Heart and the Iron Buckler picked up. And, well, it might allow him to get sort of down and dirty in battle a lot sooner than Sandwraith is. I mean, not necessarily, though. I mean, I do like active Sandwraiths. I feel like that's the strength of the hero, especially with Deserted. After it got the buff to wherever, whenever you hit them, if they have Desert's Curse applied, it is also going to apply to Deserted. It does so much damage you go for those build-up items, whether it's the Steam Boots Energizer, the Ghost Marchers and Helm, whatever you want to go. I feel like it's good to be active with that ultimate.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what this Sandwraith here, being played by 017, decides to go for. 017 sounds so familiar. Does that sound familiar to you? I want to say I recognize that name from somewhere. Whether he was on a Southeast Asian team that maybe did well. Again, I'm kind of blanking exactly.
Engineer sort of getting beat up there top lane by the Flux. I was catching that. Flux just sort of caught him in the woods, sidestepped the keg, was laying in the auto attacks, and he tried to escape. I'm not even sure if he would have without the Sandwraith poured in, but Sandwraith saw a free kill opportunity, poured in, passed to go, collected 200.
Yeah, got the credit for the kill, so good job for him. Yeah. Again, so really breaking up this matchup even more. Again, we have the classic Mage Bane versus Sandwraith. Been a while since we've seen those hard carries going out of here on the competitive scene, let alone hard carries in general. Again, as we stressed earlier, even today, we've had a lot of very, well, not very quick matches by any means, but quicker matches. Anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes, it seems like, has been the pretty good time window here for the matches. In what has been the first day of this event, of course, well, the first day of two only. So obviously going through the group stages and here earlier on now in the bracket stage of what is the double elimination format. So Pebbles in the meantime, he is farming 327 gold per minute, so it looks like he's doing pretty well here for OHP. Going to take the Nature's Veil right there, actually. Trying to be a little bit crafty here, maybe catch Flux off guard. Flux, though, he's a pretty good position for the time being. And I don't think he's going to be getting caught out anytime soon. But, yeah, you know, something that this matchup does encourage is, well, the possibility of what could be a longer game even. So we'll see. We'll see if it comes to that. But, oh, there's a Stalagmite. He's on the Flux right there. The chain reactions follow the Chuck back to the team. He's going to pull him in, though. Maybe he's trying to set up a turnaround. Not going to be nearly enough, though. No ports coming in. Not sure what Flux was thinking, honestly.
Well, he was just trying to get some damage, I think, before he got dropped, and maybe he didn't have time to communicate, see if anyone would be able to help him out. Just was, it's not that long of a cooldown, 90 or 100 seconds actually. Time is flying. It's already down to 80 seconds from here on out. Was just trying to make something happen, hope for the best. Still yielding no returns. Torture going that stun impalement build that we've seen is so popular lately.
Yeah.
And meanwhile,
Mage Bane getting picked off again.
Yeah, that's huge.
Magnus and Bubbles, and even Glacius assisting for the kill right there. So Mage Bane getting picked off. So despite his team as a whole getting a kill in the tower push, he gets picked off, and he's farming around 230 gold per minute right now. So kind of obviously the 2 deaths for him, kind of slowing things down there comparing to that Sand Wraith. Sand Wraith 280 gold per minute here. So. And when you look at the creep farm too, it definitely is in favor of the Sand Wraith currently. So definitely that's the better for KCTT right now. But overall, Pebbles is in that pretty good spot here. 1450 gold saved up. He's got the Steam Boost bottle pretty much every early game really with the bottle, the power supply on top of that. Of course, the portal key. Very likely going to be that next in line for him. The Helm of the Black Legion has been completed on Mage Bane, by the way.
Yeah.
I still know without the boots, so. But he's a little bit bulkier now at least.
Sure.
Trying to avoid death here, or would he have the 2 again?
Sand Wraith level 3 deserted now as well. The Flux ultimate is still... Oh, they have the dust, though. Won't even matter. He's not going to be able to escape here, Breaky.
Yeah, you see the Desert Curse coming out. He's going to use the Nature's Veil. It's not going to matter as expected, though. The dust is too powerful.
I love that, man. The Sand Wraith, the active play, the deserted early, I feel like I don't get to see it ever. Lately, when I've seen Sand Wraith, I've actually been so disappointed because I've seen teams actually go, they'll have a, oh, the Alti coming out.
Where's he going? Oh, going to the middle lane. Looks like settle the kill the Torture. Blink away from Mage Bane in the meantime. Flux is here as well, but so is Magnus. Oh, he takes the Stalagmites. Magnus is lining up for a beautiful stun. The Stalagmite screwed everything up, though. He, in turn, has to run away. Flux now on the run himself. Bubbles coming back in there with a double damage rune, actually. He might be able to make some plays right here. He has a Shell Surf up. Not going to use it, though. And instead, a P-High Rock will go ahead and fall back and just continue to farm. But, yeah, Sand Wraith being pretty active here early on, going back to what you like to see. He's already 2-0-2, actually, 12.5 minutes in here. So,
well, if you're being involved in those pickoffs, keeping involved in keeping the enemy team a little bit underfarmed, and just on their toes, porting around the map, getting involved in fights. They're not going to be the ones ganking you. You're the ones ganking them.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit slower path to advancement compared to complete free farming, but I think it keeps you just a lot safer in general than sitting back and just waiting until the enemy team just goes and takes over the map. I've seen games where they'll have a 3K. I can't even. Okay, every time I talk, there's a fight that's about to go down about that point. But I've seen games lately. I think it was Orange Esports. They had a 3K golden experience lead at like 20 minutes against Stay Green, or maybe it was 15 minutes with the Sand Wraith, and the Sand Wraith didn't even have red boots. They were winning the entire game 4v5, and I was just thinking, man, if he just had Steam Boots Energizer and was active with the ulti during all of this, that would be a lot more of a snowball advantage. That snowball advantage would give Sand Wraith the extra farm he needs anyways, and he'd probably be getting his Maka a little bit later, sure, but it would be a lot safer road while he's doing it.
Well, so the build is definitely there, but you do look at the farm being saved up right now by 07T. He has 2,600 gold saved up.
Sure.
It is leaning towards, there's still the possibility of going the Helm of the Black Legion eventually here, which I guess he definitely has enough gold for that now, of course. Or,
yeah, it'd be...
could be even the Mocker Blade still straight into that at this rate.
Yeah.
So
2,700 gold, I think it would be silly to pick up the Mock for sure. I mean, not the Helm of the Black Legion for sure. He should definitely go for that Mock at this point. And that ultimate, too, when they choose to initiate, if you have that Sand Wraith follow-up, and that's going to take Pebbles out of the fight, not being able to portal key in as well.
Yeah. Very, very true. Oh, bottom lane. Speaking of Pebbles jumping in, he's going to be counted on by Magnus right there. Mage Bane jumping in as well. But here comes Sand Wraith. Kelfield to lock down Pebbles. Down goes Pebbles right there. Mage Bane obviously is more than fine. Look at Mage Bane, by the way. Interesting. He actually has a life tube on top of that Helm of the Black Legion. Still no boots picked up. Flux actually pulling them in right there. Not the greatest pulling, though. Or was it? Magnus gets the stun off. Nice chain reactions. Root going to come up for Keep the Force. Trying to turn this around. Mana Ref. Not going to be the biggest, though. Bubbles nearly dying right there. Magnus barely staying alive. The impalement still doing damage. Magnus will live in the end, it looks like. Mage Bane going toe-to-toe with the Sand Wraith. But now Sand Wraith, he's going to have to turn around as you see Keep the Force running in, but it gets pulled in by his teammate Flux. And that will be that. Interesting finish to that fight right there.
Yeah, Sand Wraith knowing that he was trading auto attacks with the Mage Bane, he didn't want to sort of get involved to get too deep. Keeper of the Force was trying to turn around on him with the auto attacks a little bit. Also, that Flux, I forgot, they did make that change where you were able to pull allied heroes. This is one of the cooler changes, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Made him a little bit more useful. And yeah, it's a shame we don't get to see him more on the international scene. Everyone I talk to from the various top teams all consider him a very viable and powerful hero. And they're afraid of him in a sense too. Those major Flux team fights, but no one really seems to step up and try him out that extensively.
Well, he kind of seems to be one of those niche heroes, as we like to refer to.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, a lot of people, excuse me there. A lot of people like to say, you know, especially, well, there was the back in the day with the Kraken synergy with him and Kraken. Of course, Engineer as more recently, and definitely very powerful combination, Flux and Engineer. Or just really AoE-centric lineup in general. But, I mean, honestly, by himself, even if you're not building a lineup completely around him, I've always thought he definitely has potential. And as you said with that change, especially to his W, where you can push and pull his teammates as well, in a sense, kind of like a free tablet. Not exactly. It's definitely not rally status by any means, but it is a powerful tool to use. So
yeah, there's also a couple other things to think about, such as synergy with what was I actually going to say there? Sorry, synergy with. Oh yeah, no, synergy in the laning phase.
Yeah.
You can have that Flux dual lane in middle. It's actually not that bad. Flux with another ranged hero, given his tanky presence and the dual range, so to speak, because it doesn't have the greatest range, but it's not that bad. It's a little bit weird though, because normally you see the you could say, oh, I can throw him solo side lane, but he actually has a couple weak matchups there, and on top of that. You don't really like to run an impact hero in that solo side lane that when he hits level 6 has a good burst the ultimate, something like a Deadwood, and many other options that we see fill that role. So it doesn't really make sense. There's no real clear-cut place to put him. Solo mid against dual lanes, he can actually do quite well as well, given the fact that he's tanky enough to survive the combo.
Well, speaking of that dual lane mid, I remember there was a time where I saw him paired up with the Demented Shaman, and I remember thinking to myself, this has potential to actually be pretty powerful. And I remember right off the bat, we saw level 1 healing wave, the level 1 pull, or what is called the magnetic surge. Yeah, magnetic surge there. It nearly got a bloodlust kill. It brought whichever the hero was to like below half life. Just a one pull and heal bomb.
That's true.
The potential is most certainly there, you know, with a combination like that. So, but yeah. Anyways, we do see Flux here, and again, apparently he is pretty popular in Thailand as a whole. So. Seeing picked up, of course, by one of the several, or the many Thai teams even at this event. Obviously, that one of the 16 of them to be exact. KCTT here. Bless you, sir. Bottom lane, we do got Sandwraith, Glacius, and Magmasoul heading in there, trying to chase down the Keeper of the Forest. Sandwraith ultimate going to be used right there. He puts on the Desert's Curse, but Keeper of the Forest going to do a little bit of juking and jiving. And in the end, he will be fine. So just a little bit too far away. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, oh, nice dodge of the slime until he's the initial, but Bubble's still in a lot of trouble. Song on the sea coming out. The auto attack's just too much on top of the impalement that was already activated. Magma's completely whiffing a stun right there. Oh, if he hit Torture, maybe they could have made something happen. But now Magma's in a little bit of trouble. Pebble starts back in. Oh, the Chuck actually got disjointed. It looked like it didn't go on cooldown, of course. Can't really do that, but it ends up being a double tap in the end for Pebbles. Stalagmite stunning on Glacius. We're going to see a hat trick coming out for IIX here. Playing the Pebbles. He is having a huge game here for the Selborne team.
Yeah, I mean, Sandwraith ulti, but he actually didn't get involved in that fight. Just figured he didn't have a good angle. It was looking a little bit sour, and, well, you saw how it turned out. Another thing I wanted to point out is Sandwraith is great, but he's going against an Engineer. A hero that severely restricts your mobility in a fight, and that's actually Sandwraith's strength. On top of that, if you actually warp into your illusion, and it's within the Engineer energy field, you're going to get silenced, you're going to get slowed, and you're going to be useless.
Very true, yeah. So that's something that, of course, Sandwraith is going to have to think about here.
I think he's literally the best support hero in the game against Sandwraith.
The energy field in general, I mean, if there's a reason why he has been so valued as the top-tier support as he has been for the longest time on the competitive scene. Energy field, such a strong presence to the game. Sort of the highest delivered to Sandwraith, by the way. So he has that that part of the puzzle for him. Of course, now needing the pattern, which is a lot cheaper, so he's definitely on his way towards that and shaping up to have an earlier unlock.
Oh, do you see what I mean, though, when I was talking about the Sandwraith and his build-up? They were winning the game, actually, and then Sandwraith didn't get involved in one fight where they had a lot more presence coming out from OHP, even despite the fact that Sandwraith has that global ultimate. And, well, you saw right there the tides turned right away, and here he's about to get ganked again, Breaky.
Yeah, Pebbles jumping in. The Rune's going to come out as well. I don't even think it was necessary, but it gets the job done. Poor coming in, obviously way too late.
This is the kind of thing, man, it gets me upset. I just want to see people go for those build-up items. He'd be surviving these pickoffs, have your Vestas, have some stats, have your Energizer Steam Boots. Just be tanky enough that you can not be a liability. Your team will be winning the game. You'll have the snowball going in your favor instead. We see how much damage he's capable of doing, and Oh man, it's frustrating to see time after time again, like the Sandwraith lineup's actually winning the early mid game and then tapers off. It shouldn't be like that.
Well, this is also just buying all the time in the world for Mage Bane to just gradually start increasing. In fact, he just gets this broadsword right there. Is that both broadswords? No, it's just the one right now. Yeah.
Okay, Flux Ultimate. Was that just used? It was just used, to reveal the scout. That's another good point about it, though. It does tell you where the enemy team's at.
True.
Maybe it was an accident that he used it.
Yeah, they got some information. At least they weren't roaming in their own jungle, so.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit passionate about the Sandwraith thing, man. He's actually one of my favorite heroes. And
yeah.
I'm still firmly convinced in. I think he needs unit walking. I know he has it built into his Desert Curse, but the advanced move speed combined with the Energizer or the phase boots, especially when that dagger is down, is very useful in getting in more auto attacks and keeping pursuit. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sold on this this itemization.
Well, I think it's so regarded as the go-to build on Sandwraith for the longest time. This is even a little bit different. Usually it's the Helm of the Black Legion first into the Mock of Brilliance, but the Mock of Brilliance is just such a staple item on him, and I think people just kind of maybe get caught in that trap of, well, I'm Sandwraith, I gotta go Mock, right? I mean, that's how this hero works, so they just go for it. So
I know, but they buffed that dagger, as said. Like, it really was a significant buff. Being able to apply Deserted even when they're surrounded by their allies in the midst of a team fight is huge.
So, but for the time being, again, he is definitely going that Mock of Brilliance, so it's being delayed a little bit right there, but we'll have it here in the near future. How about Flux, by the way, as a team right there gets credit for pushing the middle tower, but Flux is actually, he's level 11. Look at how much life he has, man. He's building up pretty tanky here. 1,800 life. He's got the double bracer, Helm of the Black Legion build, and there's a Mighty Blade pickup.
Sure.
He's bulking up here, man.
Yeah, just wants to be a tanky mess up in the front lines of a fight. Uses ultimate to set things up. Hopefully, Magnus. Okay, so I'm looking at the follow-up he has. The Bubbles Flux, that's powerful with the group silence. He's got his portal key. They can definitely set up a good team fight there, especially after Sandwraith here. He has his mock finished. Yeah, the pull into the Sandwraith, the mass silence, the kelp field coming out, the Sandwraith porting in, and well, that could be what they need.
So yeah, the Mock of Brilliance picked up there. Good. For KCTT. I want to say as well, with this build that Flux is actually going for, the double bracer and then the Mighty Blade, the strength adding up is actually pretty cool from, he pushes away the Hellborn team right there. Mage Bane already jumped in. Pebbles, he misses the release. He pushes back. Pebbles, nice sidestep right there. Magnus jumps in, actually. Here comes the follow-up. Sandwraith with the ultimate, but there's the energy field. Kelp field, beautiful kelp field. Hitting all 5 heroes. It looks like the energy field definitely doing work. Sandwraith in the midst of it all. He is chasing, wants the kill, but at what cost right here? One run attack. Down goes Sandwraith. Pebbles takes the Lava Surge, but he will survive as well. In fact, jumps back in with the portal key, the auto attack to finish off Magnus right there. Mage Bane jumps in as well. Glacius going to fall, and OHP winning this fight big time. Bubble's going to be able to portal key away, but that all started with Flux getting ganked right there, pushed them away, and the team fight not to be. And actually, Pebbles following it up. Oh, he's going to get the kill again. Yes, he will pick up Flux.
Yeah, Breaky, it looked actually like it was going okay for Kimo there. They had the... They had that bubbles, the turnaround nukes, and they got very, very low. Torture was only 1 hit from death. He was right next to the Sandwraith, literally standing beside Sandwraith, and Sandwraith didn't turn to auto attack him, so he lived for like 6 more seconds, got another volley of spells off. From what I could tell, either way, he was ticking around, and I felt like, why aren't you killing him? And then bouncing over to the next target, the engineer, and killing him too. He definitely had the capacity to, if I'm not mistaken. So I was a little bit curious as to how Sandwraith played that fight. Even after porting in, he did port into the energy field. It didn't seem to matter. Just not panning out.
You look at Mage Bane now, 335 gold per minute. Obviously, the Ring Cleaver can finish. He still doesn't have boots. I always found that interesting at this point of the game. Still not have the boots, but figuring he's just being the farmer. Obviously, has that blink for the mobility purpose, at least at this point. Maybe now is the time to get boots. So, in fact, I think it is being delivered. There's an Abyssal, or not an Abyssal Scope, but a Hungry Spirit on there as well. Looks like that is being delivered to to Mage Bane as well. So he's got both the boots and the Hungry Spirit coming to him.
Yeah.
So the Whispering Helm, I guess, going to be in the works here.
Yeah, his farm definitely going to take off from here, and the difference is his team has a 7,800 golden experience advantage at this point.
Yeah.
It's a team game. It's a team game. You can't just be focused on the mock. You got to focus on items that are going to help you be effective, take towers, and win team fights before it becomes a problem. We saw this earlier in Orange. I would say more, but look at Bubbles here, man. Pebbles is on the prowl. He has the Invis rune. He's looking for a kill. So I'll just let this play out first.
Bubbles picks up the hit. No, actually, Torturer got it instead. He ports away. In comes Sandray, though. The gut foot going to be used. Pebbles is nearby, those we were talking about. No, Sandray did not port it. I thought he did, actually. But no, he did not port it in. Pebbles is still running around with the invis. Could not get the jump off, apparently. And actually, Bubbles will be fine, it looks like. So, unless we see a big dive right here. I don't think IIX is going to go for that, though. So, in the end, Bubbles survives, and, well, so does everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, we're now 24.5 minutes in, but again, the lead definitely a little bit better for the Hellborn team. Oh, Sandwraith, actually. I mean, he's still under 1,000 life pool here. So, and the faction Logma's coming out. Mage Bane jumping in as well. There's that shock. The auto attack's not enough for the kill, though. Mage Bane has a mana rift. Choosing not to use it. Finally going to use it, though. Will get the kill right there onto Mage Bane, and then he blinks away. So, it's looking like Sandwraith nearly got away, but he wasn't able to do so. And now this middle tower push is going to happen.
Yeah, definitely going to be free there. Sandray with no buyback. They got a Flux with no ultimate. A level 7 Magnus. It's not going to be able to get Disruption off even if he wanted to. No Kelp Field. They could have still kept going and applied some pressure. Just going to play it safe though. Back off. Allow Mage Bane to sort of hit his next step.
Yeah, so Mage Bane, again, as you really mentioned there, is just going to go ahead and clean up the Legion jungle a little bit, as you know any good team would do. Pushing the base, at least not really pushing the base, but pressuring the base a little bit. And then falling back and taking out the resources. So
this is, hey Sandray, nice mock, but I'm taking your jungle, so
yeah.
you're not going to have any creeps to farm anyway.
Going back to that logic there of the Sandwraith. Obviously, the build that he's going for here. So, unfortunately, not working out. And yeah, the leads are definitely starting to grow quite a bit. And so you see the GPM chart now. The top 3 farmers in the game all belong pretty comfortably to Myth OHP here on the Hellborn side. So. And those, of course, belonging to Pebbles leading the way. Mage Bane just behind, and Keeper of the Forest up there, upwards of 360 gold per minute. Keeper of the Forest, by the way, has his barrier idol finished to go with that Ring of Sorcery and the Ghost Marchers, of course. And there's the Sharknet pickup on Pebbles. He's got all those items, only 26 minutes in right here. So, yeah, again, pretty good news here. Yeah, the Mocker Blint's the first. Again, he's so squishy, man. He's under 1,000 life still on the Sandwraith. And
another thing I want to sort of throw out there is I feel like if Flux sort of went that build up, he should have just got an Astrolabe instead for his team. On top of that, it's not much more gold. Getting the 2 bracers is nice, but Astrolabe's not much that more gold. It makes you a lot more tanky. Helps your team out instead. If you're the last hero alive in your Flux, it's not going to matter anyway, because you're not going to be able to turn the fight and carry at that point. So having an item that you can sustain yourself with longer, sustain your team as well, would be more effective, I think.
I believe he actually just sold one of his braces right there. That actually just finished his Ice Brand. Yeah, I see him purchase. So he just doesn't even make the most use of that second bracer in the end. I guess he had it for a little bit there, but using it for more gold towards his next item. Bubbles invis right here. Gonna run into that Pebbles, but not much gonna come of it. But yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. It is kind of interesting too, though. Again, I wanted to make this point earlier with the magnetic surge being the percentage of strength you have. And the physical damage, so
sure, it is nice, but
that's not an ability.
You look at the extra 3 strength that you're going to be getting compared to an AOE team heal, and I just can't do it.
Yeah,
and take some more item slots. It's just something that his team needed that extra little bit of protection too. We saw a lot of fights that were pretty close. They got that Pebbles jumping in. They could use that a little bit of extra fortitude. Either way. Flux is still going the distance here. Sandwraith, the pull, I mean, there is chance for a turnaround. The heroes are very powerful. This is the energy field. They have to find a way to get around it. Sandwraith still not being able to pick up and find any farm. Only sitting at 700 gold on top of that Mock and Ghost Marchers.
Yeah, so there was a chance of a jump here at the bottom lane, but OHP deciding to play a little bit safer here now. Again, they got that comfortable lead, so not going to make the big risks perhaps, especially with that Pebbles. He instead will fall back into the farm. Your level 16 Mage Bane as well. Again, he's been sitting on the Hungry Spirit. Obviously, the Firebrand just finished on him. Of course, Geometer's been great for him, especially being that Mage Bane hero with a mana burn and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the rest of the creep wave right here. And, well, again, the resources are definitely continuing to be limited for our Legion team as Sandwraith down to 310 life, needing to fall back right here. Careful that he doesn't get jumped. He did just purchase a Beast Heart, I believe, so he is starting to bulk up now. As you mentioned, the Mystic Vestments as well already purchased onto him. So trying to bulk up. Again, you got to kind of wonder, maybe a little bit too late at this rate, but we'll see. Obviously, Mage Bane, though, 422 gold per minute now, and again, it just continues to just get higher and higher with this hero. So difficult to stop, especially at this rate when it comes to his farm now.
Yeah, I agree. We see Bubbles here actually picking up a Blessed Orb, maybe going for that, ultimately a Sheep Stick, to try to contain this Mage Bane in the late game, buy more rune for his Sandwraith to carry the game. He's opting to pick up that Beast Heart here for Sandwraith. We'll have to see whether he chooses to build a Helm of the Black Legion or go for more of a late game route with that Behemoth Heart.
Yeah. We will see. Again, at the end of this, we'll definitely have some updates for you guys, and pretty much wrapping up the day here for what has been day number 1 of the GSL main event. It's been a lot of fun, man, today. A lot of matches. We've been here. We're getting pretty close to about, I guess, 12 hours now. A little over 12 hours even when it comes down to it. So really a full day. We've had anywhere upwards of 10 matches, I want to say, that we'll end up finishing with. So a lot of coverage here and plenty of content coming out, as well as some good old some dancing as well on this main stage.
Dancing, lots of singing, lots of
dancing, hats on fire.
WTF going on.
Yeah.
I didn't get to catch all of it, but yeah.
It's all setting up for an amazing tomorrow, though. It really is.
Oh,
I mean, tomorrow,
yes.
again, it's great. It's always great to be at an event like this and get things started and everything, but you're really looking forward to that. The bracket stage getting further and further. We have some big matchups, of course, and it's going to be a blast, man. I really cannot wait for tomorrow already. But that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Sandwraith ultimate was used. It's going to be down now. It's a pretty short cooldown. They also winded up buffing that a little bit ago to try to promote more aggressive play with the hero. It's only 100 seconds now at level 2. Level 3, it's only 80 seconds, so able to keep using that ultimate. That being said, they know it's down, and they know they have the token, so here's a time where they can sort of press even further and take an advantage. Yeah,
token picked up on that Mage Bane, of course. Another 2,600 gold saved up, so well on that way to that Geometer's Bane. Looking to push the last outer tower, already below half life. I don't see the Legion team stopping this. Bubbles actually getting a little bit close right there to danger, but he falls back before he truly gets jumped. So the tower falls, and again, all outer towers have now been destroyed in favor of OHP. So the push continues here. All 5 members of our Hellborn team are here. You mentioned the token of life and everything. Things are adding up pretty well. You see Bubbles right there just being like, gotcha, and then quickly Portal King away. We see that quite often, but not going to really do too much in the end. Now, they do kind of push the top lane, but again, their base taking a lot of pressure here. What do you do for the Legion side? Portal King just purchased my Magnus. He is still level 9, unfortunately, but he does have that presence now, in fact. Oh, actually, Portal King for Bubbles going in right there, but the shells are backwards. Tower going to be denied. Not that big of a deal, though. Bubbles will eventually fall, getting a little bit too cracked right there. There's a pull in from Flux on top of the King of the Forest Word, but we see right here, Magnus, the big eruption on the Hellborn team, but the Hellborn team still one alive. Magnus is actually dropping in the steam bath. He'll eventually fall. Glacial Downpour doing a little bit of damage right here. Gets 1 kill, looks like. Then Shuck coming up from Pebbles, so Bubbles buying back into the fight. Mage Bane with the Mana Earth to just tear apart Glacius. And actually, Bubbles is also going to fall. Quad kill for Mage Bane coming out just like that. There is a kill on Engineer in the background from Sandwraith. So it looks like this may be coming to an end here, but OHP getting some big kills, making a couple of buybacks happen. It ain't over just yet, though. Look at Mage Bane just holding his ground, man. He knows he really can't be stopped here.
Yeah, I think he can just go the full distance. And, he's actually trying to play a little bit. Oh, no, he's just blinking to get the magic armor boost.
There you go. Just gonna
can't stop him. Now they have no mana on Flux. He's just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Very likely be another set of racks. Glacius is going to come attempt to freeze him, and Mage Bane doesn't want to risk it. Just going to back right on out of there.
So the rest of the team will fall back after that point. But again, so a couple of deaths sure on their side, but hey, it happens. They got those couple of buybacks. A lot of kills came out of it on top of the racks. And you see the golden experience lead really taking part as a result of what just happened right there. 18.8 thousand gold lead, of course, 18.5 thousand experience lead. And again, this is an elimination game right here. We are at that point of the tournament finally here in day number 1, where you lose this match, you are done for the GSL. It's been a fun ride, I'm sure, and you know, in the end, of course, a great experience, but you want to stay alive. So it gets to the point too where the likelihood of conceding, even as grim as it may be, may get lesser and lesser because you just want to hang in there as long as possible. But OHP is in a very good spot. The Mage Bane, how much money did he get? 6,000.
I was going to say,
God.
I've just been watching it climb and climb and climb. Sort of sitting here, just I'm feeling scared for the Legion team. Sandwraith's almost got, he's got his Helm of the Black Legion and 2,300. He's actually building up momentum a little bit faster than I thought, but still, that's not going to be able to contend with a 500 gold per minute Mage Bane sitting here. Geometers, oh my, and the dancing blade. That is Geometers that he finished, right?
Yeah.
And the dancing blade, that's going to be a ton of agility. Wingbow Geometers, incredibly powerful combo for both base pushing, split pushing, and killing in general.
Pebbles jumps both Glacius and Magnus, by the way. He ends up getting a double tap, using his shrunken head right there to secure both the kills. Obviously, the Soul's Bulwark can make it work happen as well. So Magnus and Glacius going to stay dead here. Neither one of them has a buyback, even if they would, though. I don't think so. So there's the items delivered. Mage Bane, as you put it, the Geometer's Bane Dancing Blade. You look at how much faster he's attacking, all the stats he gets from that in general. And on top of, course, the good old split up from the Geometer's Bane.
Another interesting thing to note about Mage Bane is that he has a lower base attack time than almost any other carry in the game. A few other heroes are sort of on his tier or also have reduced base attack time. Warbeast in his ultimate form. You got Nomad and a couple others that they benefit from attack speed more than the average hero.
Yeah, so Mage Bane definitely making use of that here. Middle push coming out somewhat from OHP. Not going the fullest of commitments, but definitely applying quite a bit of pressure here. So the tower looks like it is going to fall in the end. The Legion team, they do have everything up. They are ready to fight this. When is the question? When do they go, if any time here in the near future? Look at the bottom range tracks going in as well. So the bottom creep push happening while this mid push is happening here. Keeping the force running in. Flux is taking a little bit of pressure. Mage Bane playing it aggressively. Going on the Flux with the Mana Bird doing work. In comes here. Roger from Magnus. So here we go. Song of the Sea coming out. Keeper of the Forest. We're going to go off though. Mage Bane doing plenty of damage. He blinks away the last second. He'll barely survive, it looks like. But you look at the Legion team. Everyone dead but Flux. Make that Flux as well. All 5 are dead. Genocide coming out for OHP. GG's being called. It looks like OHP will be moving on here in the losers bracket to play Orange Esports, where KCTT, their road is going to be coming to an end. So big congratulations, obviously, for making it this far. Again, I'm sure the journey was great and experiences there, but for the tournament's sake, it does end here for them.
Yeah, that's sad. That's sad. They did put up a good fight. I mean, once again, it's not a lack of skill that holds some of these teams back.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that goes back to the point that it doesn't matter how good you are. It's a team game. It's a strategy that matters. It's the execution as a team that matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how mechanically sound you are at all. Like, I'm not going to say at all. You need to have the fundamentals there.
Of course.
Yeah, at all is a stretch, of course. But, I honestly put it a 3-to-1 weight on teamwork.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. As you said, it is a 5 versus 5 game. I mean, teamwork is obviously a big deal of it. So the game is still going on, by the way. I mean,
yeah,
I guess they actually didn't concede, even though a lot of GGs came out. But
well,
so
yeah,
I guess
they
official
conceded,
yet.
but they didn't concede. They said, "Hey, we lost this game, but we're not going to throw in the towel yet."
But this is it anyway, so we might as well just stick in there a little bit longer. Is really what it comes down to, I guess. So okay, I guess we're still hanging in there at least a little bit longer for KCTT. But again, once this wraps up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the brackets and see how things are shaping up leading into tomorrow. It's been a long first day, but we've got a lot out of it, a lot of content, a lot of matches, hopefully a lot of entertainment for you guys at home watching. Again, we're casting here live from Thailand, and tomorrow, though, is the absolutely big day. And I know I was under the impression, a little bit of miscommunication. I thought we might have had Stake Reed versus TDM coming up in the winners bracket, but not only the winners bracket match is done for the day, but they actually are on opposite side of the winners bracket. It's probably for the better anyways, because at this rate, they're going to meet up in the winners bracket finals if everything works out. Again, that's not a certain, though.
No.
SG is set to play S2Y, I believe, who's yet to lose a game. And then you got Impunity playing Trademark Esports, who's obviously looking pretty good. So we have a big fight going on right here, but I don't think there's any point in commentating
Big results as well.
Yeah. There's another Genocide coming out.
Okay, so you know what the other cool thing about that, though, Breaky, is?
Yeah.
Well, obviously the arena here is sort of figured out for the day. Everyone had to go home, and having those big matches for tomorrow left over, everyone's going to be here to watch it, in person. They're going to be on the main stage. There's going to be a lot of action coming out, and it is definitely a good thing that it was not the next matchup.
Yeah, that is a big part of it too, and it was interesting today because the main stage earlier on, for the good part of the earlier on today, it was Heroes of Newerth. I mean, it was Heroes of Newerth. There was a lot of fun actually. In between matches, I'd be going out there just seeing that. It was packed, man. It was packed.
They were hungry.
As it went on, though, again they kind of started. They were changing things up. I'm not even sure what's going on here. I think they voted to pause the game. Not even choosing to concede.
Now they're running.
Okay, there's a vote to concede.
Now they're running the ha ha ha.
Anyways, okay, so there you go. It is 100% official now.
All right. Well, they decided it.
There you go. I think it's actually over now. But what I was getting at is, again, then later on they started to switch things up with the rock bands and whatnot. You know, again, having some fun, making it a full event.
Sure.
Also, they had I know that Point Blank game that's also here. The FPS that's pretty popular over here.
For that too.
Yeah, I was actually pretty interested about that myself. But tomorrow, again, it's going to be back to that Han. Obviously, again, there's a large fan base here.
Right.
It's going to be packed for that, and that is going to be a lot of fun. So
cannot wait. I mean, we have the best matches in store tomorrow.
Oh,
it always is. Day 2 is always the day to look out for.
So
anyone who tuned in today, you're going to be getting an even better show tomorrow.
Yeah. So, you know, going to go ahead and refresh the brackets right here real quickly to see exactly where things stand. There's still a couple more updates that need to be happening, it looks like. But here you go. If we want to actually go to my screen real quickly to give you guys an idea. By the way, the URL for this is gsl.in.th/han/bracket. So it's I'm sure we'll be posting it in chat and everything. I know it's actually been posted in chat quite a bit, in the Twitch chat that is. So you can check it out there. But so here you are, Stay Green versus S2Y in the top portion of the winners. TDM versus Impunity in that lower portion. Again, those taking place obviously tomorrow. We'll be casting one of those two series. You look at the bottom portion, teams that have already been eliminated. Invasion Esports, they eventually get knocked out by Cats, it looks like. So Cats moving on there. Other noticeable names, nothing too much. SSOP, of course, the team from China. Unfortunately, they got knocked out early on, and their road came to an end. But again, I'm sure they had a lot of you know, as loser bracket matchups to start off tomorrow, you got Cats versus MRR. That should actually be a pretty good one. Cats obviously trying to represent the CIS region proudly.
Yeah, it's the Russian champions versus the Thailand champions, so to speak. Respective powerhouses from their region. Who's Turtle Master going to play?
Turtle Master is going to play the winner of Kuhn versus
Okay.
PRM.
Okay.
The two Thailand teams there, I take it. So not too familiar with either one.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What's that? And then look at this one down here.
Yeah,
NXL Focus versus Friends Forever. Of course,
Yep.
the NXL Focus from Indonesia and Friends Forever from Vietnam. So
Right.
that's going to be a fun one to watch, too. Maybe we'll end up casting that one. We'll see tomorrow. Well, Cyrus, day number 1. It is officially in the books. Again, a long grind. I know this is definitely new for you as well when it comes to being the caster side of things and doing plenty of content. But would you say it was a fun day overall?
Oh, yeah. Nothing short of it. I mean, the crowd really made the experience. I have to say that much. All the people coming up, appreciating the casting job that we do here at Hancast, and it's just a huge rush to be here in person.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's a great experience overall. But again, it is coming to a finish. So we're going to go ahead and head home here in the very near future. Of course, get some rest ourselves. You definitely get some rest as well. Obviously, I know a lot of European and American viewers tuning in, so the time zone's a little bit awkward. But definitely make sure you do not miss tomorrow, man. Again, a lot of big matches. Live here from Thailand, casting on Hancast. It's been a lot of fun. It will be a great finish tomorrow. I can guarantee that, man. Cannot wait for it. So I think that pretty much sums it up here, Cyrus. I guess a couple of shout-outs I want to make. Shout out to Mishka, first off. Mishka's in a lot of support here for Hancast, here for us being here. You know, the event as a whole. She's been awesome, so definitely a big shout-out to Mishka. Shout out to Garena, of course. In general, Garena itself has been great. They've been very welcoming. They've been awesome to work with. And definitely hosting this event and everything. It's, of course, you know, it speaks for itself, I think.
Right.
And shout out to all the staff here, too. I don't know anyone's name, really, as far as the staff that was really working there, setting up the booths and everything. But obviously a lot of hard work involved in that. So anything from you? Or?
Yeah, shout out to Fantasy, shout out to Inkling.
Yeah.
Fantasy's been updating the brackets, doing all of the GSL coverage, being a total madman on that front. He's got to be exhausted. He's responsible for updating the brackets as soon as they were
big
going
shout out
through
to
it,
him,
as well
for
as
sure.
providing us a lot of awesome write-ups as far as Han in general and the GSL event. Inkling, I know she busts her ass off when it comes to managing Han Tour and a lot of news content as well. Crowslaw, a bunch of the other writers, Blaze. God, there's so many names. I don't even know where to start.
So that's why it's
I had it all written down.
dangerous
I
to do
actually
that.
lost it. It is dangerous to start naming people off. You never want to
Then
forget
you forget
anybody.
somebody, and then they take a
I'm going to make a
personal.
comprehensive list for tomorrow, so I don't actually
you go.
forget anybody. It's been a long day at this point. Thank you to everyone tuning in. It's been my pleasure, and well, I'm ready to call it a day.
Yeah, GhostGamers.net/Han. He actually has updated the brackets on there as well, so it's definitely a pretty version of look at it as well on that coverage portal. So, anyways, we're going to call for day number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We will be back tomorrow in what is going to be, let me double check on that, the timer on Hancast.com should be correct. Well, we're live right now, so it's actually not on right now. But anyways, we'll be back at 9 a.m. local time. What is it right now? It's 10:10, I believe. So we'll be back in about 11 hours. Little under 11 hours from now is when we're going to be coming back here, getting things kicked off for day number 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Day number 1 in the books here, live from Thailand. The GSL, baby, coming at you at Honcast.com. Tune in tomorrow. We'll see you then.